tired of doing the same thing day in, day out, seeing people around you succeed and you feel behind. You're gonna change your life. Waking up at 5 a.m., working late, cold showers, healthy diet, workout program. You order new supplements, you set new goals. You start planning your week, and you come up with a business plan for your side hustle. You're on your way to the new you. You're excited as hell. But after a few days, things change. Instead of waking up at 5 a.m., you hit the alarm clock and you keep sleeping. You're tired and you start skipping the gym. Because you're skipping the gym, you also let loose on your diet for a day. But today is different, you start telling yourself. Tomorrow, I will be back on the grind. The next day start and you get a text. Shit, you forgot an appointment. You start realizing that's not the only thing you forgot. You have to finish a quick task for someone that you promised. Meanwhile, you haven't seen your friends in a while, so you tell them you'll be there tonight. This evening, you skip working on your side hustle because other things get in the way. The next thing you realize that the planning you made is no longer relevant. You haven't been keeping yourself to it. In fact, you've only done a few of the things that were on your list. How is this possible? You start asking yourself. You get frustrated and you give up. You go back to your old ways. This is not for me, you start telling yourself. Well, what if I told you that you are wrong? The reason you're not succeeding is not because you're not a hard worker. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's not because you don't have a certain gift. It is because you haven't built high performance habits and routines in your life yet. So let me share some of the things that have helped me over the years with becoming a high performer. The first one is to start treating your goals like video games. Very often we take our life way too serious, right? And some things in life we have to take serious for sure, but some things we go a little overboard. And we think that if we feel something that our life is over and everything goes to shit and we don't succeed. While very often failure is fine. When you look at my life and all the things that I've done, a lot of people only see the success, but in fact, I fail way more times than I've succeeded. And that's the fun part of it. And it's the same thing as when you play a video game. Is it really that fun if everything goes smoothly and if it's all easy? No, not really. It is fun if it's difficult, if you need some friends to play the game together with, if you together you come to an objective and you really crush it. And you've overcome all these obstacles along the way. And maybe you fail a certain game 8 times and then the 9th time you do well. That's awesome. And this also goes for comparing yourself to other people. Because when you're in a video game, you also do not expect to jump from level 1 to level 12. You have to go through all the little steps in between. You have to go from 1 to 2 to 3. And while in real life, we think that, from one day to the other, we're gonna change our life around and we're gonna do everything perfect. So we compare our chapter 1, our level 1, to someone else's level 10 or 11 or 12, and it doesn't make sense. You have to earn those levels. So always keep that in mind and treat your life and your goals as a video game. Second thing is reverse engineering your goals. So starting at the end point and working back towards the present moment, right? So an example of this, me when I started my fitness coaching business, I was all by myself, doing it alone. At some point, it was my goal to hire someone, like my first employee, because otherwise I was gonna have to do all this work by myself all the time, and then my business couldn't grow, right? It would be stuck at some stage. Now, you can constantly in your head have this idea like, I wanna hire someone. That doesn't really help on a daily basis. So you're gonna reverse engineer the goal. The goal in 12 months is to start hiring your first employee. If you don't really have a website right now, you're not very far in your business, right? So that's the first goal, milestone. The milestone in 9 months is you have to have an X amount of profit and an X amount of customers in order, to hire your first employee. You need some money, right? Then in 6 months, you need to break even in sales, because before you break even in sales, you're not gonna make profit. And you have to have certain automations for your business at this point, because you've been in for 6 months, you do the automations first. That is a step you do before you hire someone. At least in my business it was, right? Then in 3 months, you need to launch some sort of new product or service to start boosting your sales to get to that break even point. Then in 2 months, you need to have a website ready and you need to finish shooting certain advertising materials, because that's the way that you want to reach people in this example. In 1 month, the goal could be to come up with an advertising plan. So then this week you need to finish the website text, you need to make website photos, you need to hire a freelancer to build the website. And then this week you have certain tasks you need to finish, like maybe writing a blog to get new traffic, doing some sales calls. And the task for today is going to be doing 1 Instagram post and writing just a about page on your website. So this is how you break a large goal down into smaller chunks to make it easier for yourself and to stay disciplined. Because at the end of the day, guys, reaching your goals is about discipline, not about motivation. These big goals make you very motivated, but they can also be demotivating if you constantly have them in mind, rather than just look at the day-to-day activities which are going to help you to get there. And I talk way more about self-discipline in my free ebook, The 6 Steps to Becoming a High Performer, which I'll share at the end of this video. The third one is expanding your comfort zone. We all know this feeling when you go to your first job interview or you travel to a different country you've never been, meet new people, try to get someone's number on the street, public speaking for the first time, or any time for that matter. You feel uncomfortable. You feel a little anxious. You don't feel right in your skin. And this is because that is what's called stepping out of your comfort zone. Now, you know the saying, stepping out of your comfort zone is the only place of growth. And it's very true, but you can also do something as stepping out of it too much. So you gotta view your life as a box, right? This is your zone of comfort. We as humans, we're very risk averse. We don't want to change, okay? We do anything to stay the same. So going a little bit outside of the box, you will start to feel some anxiety, some afraid feelings. And that is our instinct, you know, that it's not good, it's unsafe. However, it is safe, right? But change is just very difficult as a human being. So you need to fight that response in your body, right? If you want to grow. That is fine, going out of it a little bit. But if you go too far, so we can call it danger zone. And then it becomes a crippling anxiety, right? Like panic. Then it's a little too far. Then it feels like actual danger. So, for example, let's say public speaking. If you're super terrified of public speaking and you want to start with standing in front of a stadium with 500 people, maybe not the smartest idea. Maybe you'll get crippled on stage. Maybe it is a better idea to start off small. Start with doing your speech in front of one person. For me, this was scary in the beginning, right? Then you go to maybe a classroom of like 10 or 20 people. And then you build your way up, and then you build your confidence with that as well, because you start proving to yourself, hey, I can do this. It was difficult. I had some anxiety, but it was all right. In this way, you start expanding your comfort zone. So your zone of comfort gets bigger. And the same thing as an example, a little bit. And another example could be a cold shower. When I started doing a cold shower, I did it wrong. I did it too quick, okay? So I started doing the 1 minute just the next day from doing a warm shower. And then I would wake up and literally be afraid of going into the shower, because I was like, oh man, this is gonna really suck. And so I would wake up in the middle of the night just being afraid of the cold shower, right? Which sounds crazy right now, because I was building it up too fast. And then what I started doing was I took a warm shower and I only finished off with 10 seconds of a cold shower. And the next week I did 20 seconds. I slowly built that up, right? So if you build something up, you can expand your comfort zone. It gets bigger and bigger. And I've been doing that for over, 8 years right now. I've been expanding my comfort zone in different areas of life and business. And so it's much bigger than it was when I was younger, which has helped me do amazing things and conquer my fears all the time. So guys, change takes time, and that's okay because you have a lifetime ahead of you. So why would you rush the process? Instead, enjoy it and enjoy those daily wins, because those will stack up and change your entire future. Now, I have created a free ebook for you guys, as I said, in which I talk about how you can achieve bigger goals, how you can feel more energized and live life with less stress and more passion. So you can download that for free by hitting the link in the description box of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Looking back again, I can get it, I can make it, yeah, I know it, and I'm never looking back again. Yeah, never looking